So we are live, and we're going to break this case of 2019 Topps Chrome Hobby. 3 teams are still available. Again, until we show the first hit, you can still buy into this break. After that, they're gone. White Sox are 95, Reds are 60, Pirates are 45. Yeah, since there's only 3 teams left, we'll give a little extra special deal on this. Hey, Brian, what's up? We'll give it a little extra special deal. We'll knock off an extra $10 off our usual 10% discount. So instead of 200, it's going to look like 170 to close out the last 3 teams and sell this breakout. Again, 2019 Topps Chrome Hobby. All right, 12-box case. White Sox are 95, Reds are 60, Pirates are 45, and we do have a skunk bonus, $200 value, a spot in the Marc-Down Rebreak Premium Edition. So one team that does not get a hit will end up with that as a little bonus. All right, so there's 6 and 6 more. Hey, how you doing? So again, one full case of Topps Chrome. We've had some real good luck with this product so far. Our case break yielded an Alonso, a Riley, and a couple of serial numbered guys like an Orange Wave Loaziga. We had Jake Bowers numbered to 50. We even had Brendan Rodgers pop in there. We pulled Vlad out of some personals out of the jumbos. And now we're looking to have some hobby fun. So, hey, Chris, you have safe travels back? I know every year I come home from the National, it's always something. In 17, coming home from Chicago, there was a massive accident, 3-hour backup, like tractor trailer loads all over the place. We only made it to Cleveland on the first night. Last year, we made it all the way home, only to find out that our house key went missing in Cleveland, and then we had to drive to my mother-in-law's and stay there the night until we could get her spare key and get down here. This year, Dr. J was next to you on the plane. No way. That's cool. This year we're coming home. And I'm like, yeah, tires are looking a little low. You know, we loaded the van as much as it could go. We strapped the kid to the roof rack. No, we didn't do that. Maybe if we had, though, I don't know. And so I'm like, let me put some air in the tires. And of course, on the very last tire, the end piece to the hose blows up, and it took all the air out of my tire with it. uh, oh, very cool. You should have had him sign something for you while you're on the plane. I guess that would be bad manners, right? I think he's coming to the East Coast too. The East Coast National. We'll have to go over. We'll have to go over all the names in that during the course of this week and promote the fact that we'll be there running the kids breaks as well. So here we go. Last chance to buy in. White Sox 95, Red 60s, Pirates 45. Once we show the first auto, I look nothing like him. We just share the same agent. That's all. Seriously. All right, so let's get this show on the road. Box number 1. Now, Chrome seems to have a little bit better results on color. The only thing about Chrome that I can't stand is 24 wrappers opposed to 12. But that's all good and well. So again, 3 teams still available. White Sox 95, Reds are 60, Pirates are 45. If somebody wants to close it out, 170 will do it. But once we show the first hit, not only is that offer gone, but too late to buy in. We have TriStar Signature Series. We have a special price that we gave out for the National on a WWE break. That's about a quarter of the way filled. And we have our 5th anniversary football break. So we are looking to do some moving and shaking this week and get some big pulls for you guys and gals. So Chris, that is an awesome story. Does anybody else have any cool national stories that they want to share? I'm sure there's some out there. Selfie is good. I didn't even really take any pictures this year. Usually I'll take a picture of the setup and I don't know. I didn't do the Panini party, so there's no pictures there. So I do have the first hit in my hand. So once we show that, then those remaining teams come off the board. White Sox have Eloy Jimenez as the main guy to go after there. The Reds, Nick Senzel. And I like the couple kids the Pirates have. That's a sweet card. Was it any particular one, or was it the rookie? Or was it the 09? Any Trout graded 9.5 auto would be cool to me. We've pulled some of those before. So we got Nolan Ryan and Justin Verlander, Colin Moran, Matt Chapman there. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., that looks like a refractor. Oh, not a rookie? Buster Posey, Rainbow. We'll give that a little 1 cent love. Why not? Miguel Andujar, Reese Hoskins, Kyle Tucker on an 84. And there's Colin Moran on a refractor as well. Trevor Story. And Fernando Tatis Jr., who is really heating up on the card market here. All right. Vlad has definitely got some company for trading card rookie of the year, right? Ahmed Rosario is a future star there. Tatis is white hot. I mean, we haven't even gotten to Yordan Alvarez yet. There's Cionel Perez on a refractor. Ramon Laureano for the A's. Josh James on a rainbow for the Astros. Ryan O'Hearn for those Royals. Justin Upton on an 84. And guy who might not get a lot of talk, but Luis Urias, one of the top prospects in baseball. I mean, hey, We remember a time where it was like Francisco Lindor, Francisco Lindor. And yes, he's great, but Jose Ramirez was kind of overlooked at that time. And, he's turned out to be definitely on that same level. Willie Adames. And there's Hoskins on a refractor. Oh, it's coming soon. I mean, technically he's in, isn't he an optic? I don't know if he counted as a rated rookie, though. Numbered 121 out of 150 for the Diamondbacks. The former Diamondback pitcher, Zach Greinke. He was one of many trade deadline moves that seem to be appearing in Topps Chrome. We kind of went over that during the National. Patrick Corbin. He definitely deserves mention. By the end of the season, will he have played enough games? Probably. Probably. Is he going to be Rookie of the Year? I don't know. It's not going to be Cionel Perez, but the Astros do get the first hit, which means we're going to be taking this ticker here and changing it back to the football break that we have, our massive 3.5 case mixer. So Cionel Perez, Astros, hit number 1. So Josh Hader, Tommy Pham, and of course the Blue Jays. Very big in this Topps Chrome checklist, and we're loaded with hits in our jumbo case break. I guess that's a good start for them now too, right? And we got a couple more cards to show off in box number 1. I can't fit a whole box in my hand, but we are going to have some fun with these. Yeah, there's a lot of rookies to be looking forward to soon. They haven't quite made it into product yet, but they just started really in this set getting guys like Senzel, Brendan Rodgers, Chris Paddock, Austin Riley. So they're all coming, and not much longer of a wait. And we'll keep the good times rolling. Got something decent coming up here. Again, we pulled the first 2 hits out of the first box, but chrome color refractor is always nice. So let's see what's coming up here in this one. Let's make some room here. So we got Jacob Nix, Mike Trout on an 84, Barrios, Ohtani, and Pete Alonso on a refractor. Definitely giving that some 1 cent love and a little bit beyond too. So Pete Alonso. And maybe we'll see more of him. Colby Allard, H to the Izzo, Anthony Rizzo, Yusei Kikuchi. Yeah, man. If we could sell 6 more spots in the anniversary break, that Francisco Arcia is a refractor, by the way. Then, we're on the verge of having it. We just got to get it scheduled up and payments in. Matt Boyd. Juan Soto. Mookie Betts, Jonathan Loaziga, Lucas Giolito with a green wave. Every team comes with a fanny pack. 80 out of 99. I don't know. That offer just seems too good to be true. All right, box number 2. Box number 2 in Topps Chrome. So there's a total of 24 autographs in this break. Probably 20 of them will go to the Blue Jays. All right, no, it's not that bad. But my goodness, they were hitting in our jumbo case like nobody's business. That's another team too that hits pretty well. So we got some color coming up. A color autograph, which seemed to do pretty well as far as popping up in hobby boxes. We do have boxes available for both hobby and jumbo for personals. If I still got some left over tonight, maybe we'll mix them up and throw them into a break. I don't know. We seem to be doing all right with Chrome. Gonna have a nice shiny mixer. So the teams that you're seeing scrolling at the bottom of your screen are for this football break that is being mentioned in here. We need 6 in order to run it. It is our 5th anniversary mixer. Therefore, one of the cases is from 2014. All right, that's a case of 2014 Topps Chrome. We also have a case of 2018 National Treasure. A case of 2019 TriStar Game Day Greats jerseys. And to top things off, half a case. Oh, a nice Acuna there on the 84. Half a case of 2019 Prism Draft. All right, and as part of our anniversary, you know, we tightened down the margins as much as we could, and there's some really good deals up on the board considering what you could possibly hit. All right, I'm still shocked the Browns are there. Ravens are 350, Broncos 285, Lions 195, Dolphins 225, Chargers are 150, Seahawks are 150, Buccaneers 140, Panthers 165, the Browns are 750, the Texans are 150, the Jags are 120, Patriots 425, Titans 135. So plenty of good teams still on the board and plenty of big hits available when you take into consideration all of those checklists up on the board. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with the rookie. So let's see if we can get that filled and break that this week. Matt Boyd. Got Hank Aaron and Mike Trout. Buster Posey with a refractor. Trey Mancini, rainbow. Christian Yelich. He's catching up to McNeil in that batting average race. David Fletcher for the Angels. 23 out of 250. So 23 out of 250. David Fletcher, infielder for Los Angels. All right. Who's the other hit going to be? Again, we're ripping a case of Topps Chrome Hobby. We will have time after this break if anybody wants to do any personals of either hobby or jumbo. I also got 2019 certified football. And, of course, for those of you who especially were in Chicago, you got a sample of some of the stuff that we have available in our stock for baseball, basically everything but football and hockey. I mean, we got Walking Dead if you want it. Hey, what's going on? You think Kyle Tucker is going to be the next hit? Well, if I were a betting man, I would bet against it because there's like a checklist of like 100 guys, but it's possible. He's one of those 100. we shall see. So, your money's on Ramon Laureano? What if I told you that one of you two was right? They're both like, really? What if I told you one of you two was right? I'd be lying. That's what it would be. It's not either of them. Colby Allard on an 84. Danny Jansen, Corbin Burns refractor. Reese McGuire, one of like 87 rookies on the Blue Jays. Shohei Ohtani, future stars. Now, it doesn't mean they're not going to pop up in the break. That's very possible. We had a Laureano come up in our jumbo case. Wouldn't surprise me if he shows up in this one, too. Dylan Bundy, rainbow. Kristen Stewart. Zach Birdie. Here come the judge. Yankees and Red Sox had their fun over the weekend. Jeff McNeil. Nick Kingham. And Luis Urias, a refractor. Let's give that a little 1 cent love. Dean Dietz. Chance Adams. Judge Corbin on a refractor. Ryan O'Hearn, rainbow. Nah, man, I'm big on Laureano. I think he's way undervalued right now. Way undervalued. Look at the type of, yeah, it's neither of those guys. It is Adolis Garcia for the Cardinals, though. You look at the history that the A's have at picking out good power hitting, solid players. I mean, this is a team that had no room for Ryan Healy. And he looked pretty good. I don't know. How's he doing with the Mariners this year? Did he have a regression? Did they trade him away for a reason? Let's take a look. Ryan Healy. Looks like he had an injury. Pulling up Baseball Reference. Yeah, he only had 169 at bats. Spinal stenosis. Season-ending surgery to correct a hip injury. Well, you can't really blame him for that. He had 7 home runs in those 169 at bats. I don't really follow Mariners too much. Kikuchi was the guy I was following on my fantasy team, and when his ERA blew up to 5, I kind of stopped watching them altogether. Well, Yingling is made in Pennsylvania, where we were stuck last night. We had to go to a hotel in Lancaster because of the misadventure we had with our minivan. But so they don't sell it in Texas. So you must drink it when you're relaxing after a hard day of work, I'm guessing, because you work over in Oklahoma, right? So, I mean, I went to school right along the, border, kind of close to Trenton, Philly area. So Yingling was a staple in our fraternity house. For those that we liked. If it was just a regular night, it would be like 30 packs of Milwaukee's Beast or something like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I was saying earlier we had an incident. The tires were looking kind of low, and we went and used the tire machine at one of the rest stops. And on the last tire, I'm filling it up, and the thing like pretty much exploded in my hand. Not the tire, but the chuck on the end of the air hose, like just blew up. Like gasket flew out, and it was just done. And I'm looking at the tire, and when that happened, all the air got let out of my tire. So the tire wasn't damaged, but we had a flat, and they had like this little um, hand pump, not hand pump. It was like a mini compressor, but it was only strong enough to get the tire halfway filled. So we couldn't go back out on the highway. They're like, well, there's a back gate we can let you out, and if you can make it a mile down the road, there's a place with an air pump that should be working. So we really carefully had to, roll it down about a mile and a half or so on like a half full tire. We made it without any further incident. Filled it up, and it was good as new. Holy sh! I gotta stop here. Let's run what I have in my hands right here. There's not even a poker face on this one. All right. This is massive. I wish we could have shown this off in Chicago, but Home Sweet Home is good enough for this. So the The ending of the story, Blue Wave, Patrick Wisdom, 54 out of 75. It was about 1:30 in the morning when we got to a hotel. I couldn't drive anymore. I'm still exhausted. And so we continued on our adventure this morning. And we got here around 2:30 in the afternoon. But it's always a fun trip coming home from the National. There's always been something. Next year, though, odds are in our favor because it's only 45 minutes away from our house. So, what do I have here? What just made me stop dead in my tracks? Gleyber Torres, Kevin Kramer, Corey Seager? No, no, no. All right, everybody wave. It's coming. And it is amazing. Whew. I think this is a grader, too. I can bring this to New York. 6 out of 25. 6 out of 25. Pete Alonso. I just hear Joey Styles in the background. Oh my God. That is nice. We show that off? What do we say about hobby and color? You know, we're due for some good hobby hits out of the case that we have for personal breaks. So, hey, if anybody wants to make this a late night party, let's keep it rolling. There's always two things that are tough recoveries from the National. One is the hours, all right? Especially like, you know, driving from New Jersey to Chicago, you're already tired from the get-go. Then you've got 6 days of crazy because we start setting everything up on Tuesday. And then not a super, but it's pretty darn close. Only a couple other colors away. I can't remember what the last super we pulled out of Top Chrome was, or if we ever had. We pulled a lot of Bowman supers in our 5-year history. There you go. That is totally a money card. The other thing that's tough is recovering from the food that you eat. I gotta be honest, I don't mean to offend any Chicagoans, but if I gotta choose between New York style pizza and Chicago style pizza, I'm sorry, but there's not really much competition there. Now, I did have some really good pizza in California, I'm not gonna lie. But I still think New York pizza, New York style is the best. But always gotta have it. Always gotta have deep dish at least once in Chicago. We went to Geno's. Jeremy, one of these days, if it wasn't such a long trip, I do want to get there. Maybe next time it'll be easier because I don't think I'm going to do my usual setup in Cleveland. I think Cleveland, I'm going to fly out there. I don't know. I still got a couple years to decide that, right? 3 years. Jacob deGrom. And we're seeing lots of orange today. Hunter Dozier, 14 out of 25. I still think this is a little bit better. So, what the Mets? Bob Huffnall? Are you in here? You might want me to get that at the very least RCR to New York. Charlie Blackmon. We got Sandy Alcantara. Franmil Reyes, who's continued to slump even after his trade to Cleveland. Jesus Aguilar, Ronald Acuna Jr. And there's another Pete Alonso rookie. At this point, anything else is just like gravy, right? So, I don't know. Like, the Chicago pizza that we ate, it was almost like a cornmeal crust, and I don't know. I'll eat it because you got to have it when you're in Chicago, but maybe I do need to go to a different place because I went to Geno's both times. So we got 2 years. You can send your suggestions to @Marc-Down Breaks on Twitter, and we'll have them sorted out by 2021, right? Nolan Arenado with a rainbow. And Jake Bowers with an 84. You've never been to Geno's? So maybe I am doing it wrong. I'll tell you what, though. We went to an Italian place. There's Dennis Santana for the Dodgers. We went to an Italian place a little bit further down the road, and they had a good Italian beef sandwich. Very good. I was definitely pleased with that. That's another thing. That and the hot dog. I don't know. I don't think the Chicago style hot dog either. I like soubrette onion and sauce and all that. Does the National ever come down south? It has in the past. So they vote on where they want to hold it every so often, usually a few years out in advance. Did they do a vote this year? I haven't read up on if they released any results from that meeting that they usually have each year. They are sold out for Atlantic City already as far as vendors go. So they did second year in a row. There's no chance for anybody to break in to a booth into the National unless you know somebody. Or you get yourself into the Breakers Pavilion where we are hanging out every year. I remember when I was a kid, it went to Houston. I think they had it in the Astrodome one year, didn't they? This was like at the peak, or maybe like an adjoining arena next to the Astrodome, something like that. But I don't think it's been there for a long time. It used to be Baltimore was like this where they would go every 4 years besides Cleveland. And then it changed to Atlantic City. And this is the second time they're going to be running in New Jersey in the last, like, I think 20 years, like the second half of the history of the National. This will be the second time. They've had it in New Jersey in the past, in the early days, but yeah, that's the only one I know about in Texas is a TriStar show. And then they had been holding the Beckett Summit there some years, but even that they're doing in Las Vegas. I don't know. I think I've done too much traveling. I don't think I'm gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Too much long trips this year. Chicago, California. Maybe next year we'll go to Arizona if that's where they have the Tops one again. I think that's the goal. Noah Syndergaard. Couldn't go to the Tops one this year because that was my daughter's first competitive dance competition ever. Couldn't miss that. And then the year before that, that was my father got sick, and he was eventually needed open heart surgery, so I wasn't going to go that year. Maybe next year's the one. Ryan O'Hearn. The National is going to be close by, so I can maybe stretch a couple trips out next year. We got Kyle Hendricks, Freddie Freeman, Jose Abreu in a rainbow, Brandon Lowe, who I think is a little underrated. He's currently on the 10-day injured list, but I think he's making progress there. Juan Soto on an 84. Pete Alonso, who is the story of the break right now. And we still got plenty of boxes to go to get some big boppers still in here. But that's going to be a tough card to beat. Ryan O'Hearn. Refractor. Kyle Tucker, freshman flash. Brandon Belt. And there's Kyle Tucker, rookie. We'll give that a little 1 cent love too. Why not? Andrelton Simmons, rainbow. And Salvador Perez, 234 out of 299. Next half. I guess we are back in our normal digs here. Talking about Chicago. This is a nice place to visit. But home is good too. And I feel like this year, like, we weren't able to really get anything going in the hotel at all. This year was pretty tiring. Cleveland wasn't that way because we weren't able to do much of anything. But, got to meet lots of people in Chicago. And I feel like every time we go to the National, we're, meeting more and more of you all. And that's always a good time. And, it's just part of how we're a little different, Obviously, we go there, we want to get some breaks done, but talk to a lot of people, and they want to know what exactly we're doing there. What is a break? There's still people that don't know why we're there in the Breakers Pavilion. Why do they have a whole big section devoted to this? And, if I got to take 20 minutes, 30 minutes talking to somebody, explaining how it works, how we do it, all that good stuff, then, hey, that's how it works. You get people coming up to me telling me they tried to ask 2 other people and they really didn't answer much. That's kind of weird in my book. Luis Urias. So also get to talk to a lot of the dealers and other breakers, and everybody gets to have some fun. And we didn't do the Panini party this year. We took a little side trip this year. 20 out of 50 Matt Chapman. That's not too shabby for these. My daughter wanted to go to downtown Chicago and check out the American Girl store. So, I mean, I already met Ric Flair, so it's not like I missed something I didn't get to do before. And had good family time together. And, nice Tatis rainbow right there. That's a nice hit. I mean, not really a hit, but better than some hits, if you ask me. I didn't do the silver and the gold. There was 3 of us going this year, is how we eventually had to figure it out. And, the package really wasn't that enticing for me. It didn't have the right mix of things that I know I'd be getting rid of quickly. We don't do enough basketball. And the basketball was the only good part of the package. And even then, the distributor I used kind of took Panini's package and split it into 2 watered down ones. So I really wasn't digging it this year. And next year, different story. Maybe we'll get them next year. We'll be close to home, so I won't be ditching anybody if I go to the party myself. So if the package not so good, I'm probably going to pick up one. And if it's really good, I'll try to pick up a couple. But, yeah, just not this year. Adam Simber for the Indians. Because Cleveland rocks. And we got Jake Bowers and Luis Urias. And that is a refractor. 456 out of 499. So it's not Tatis, but got a little shiny here on Luis Urias, who, again, I think he's kind of underrated. He was ranked very high as a top prospect. Obviously, Tatis leapfrogged over him, but doesn't mean he ain't going to be good. if we look here, Luis Urias. So, what's he back in the minor leagues? You know, terrible. Start to the season in some respect. He only batted 113. But in 77 plate appearances, he walked 12 times. So he's got good plate discipline. He struck out 18, and that's far from the worst percentage. So really, he's just got to get the bat on the ball. He kind of failed to do that in his short time in the majors. Let's see how good he's doing in the minors this year. Luis Urias is in AAA El Paso. And 19 home runs, 50 RBI, and 295 plate appearances. He's doing just his .315 batting average, 600 slugging percentage, an OPS of almost 1. He's going to be fine. He's doing fine in the minors. I don't think he's going to bust. Yeah, he's probably one of the most underrated guys. You know, that's the thing. The guys who came out in Series 1, Urias, Tucker, McNeil, they're not bad rookies. They're just not. This is an extremely loaded rookie class. All right. So not only does it make those bigger guys more valuable, but the guys who are getting missed are an extremely good opportunity to stock up on. If you can snag up a bunch of Urias autos really cheap, do it. Buy them in lots. If you can still get his first Bowmans in lots, get him in lots. If you can get his top Series 1 rookie, these Topps Chrome rookies, anything like that, get them in lots. Get them cheap and hold on to them for a little while. San Diego is going to get a lot of attention over the next few years as they build a contender. I think they are in a position very much like the Royals were a few years back, like the Astros ended up in. All right. You know, you see the trend continuing. Teams don't do well for a while. They build up a strong farm system. And the next thing you know, 2, 3, 4 years pass from when they start initially calling up these prospects, and they end up in a World Series. Yeah, Christian Stewart's an interesting one. He was a highly touted prospect for the White Sox, and it took a few years to click with him in the minor leagues. Extremely high expectations as far as being a power hitter. Is there a big Brewer hit this year? The big Brewer hit this year is going to be Keston Hiura. So, Altuve refractor. He hasn't come out yet. Nolan Arenado. And recently traded Aaron Sanchez. Jesus Aguilar with a negative. Is this the big brewery you're looking for? Jesus Aguilar? Give that a little extra attention, why not? Yeah, we got Ginter Palooza filling up. Again, with the travel, it's a little difficult for me to push the brakes as hard. This one and TriStar have really been the ones I've been trying. I managed to squeak out WWE again today, and it got a couple looks. So that's now at 5. We need 18 spots to run the 3-box WWE. That does include my final box of Undisputed. I think wrestling was the thing I sold the most at the National. Kyle Hendricks. And we had that one break. Undertaker, numbered to 25. Out of a little heritage box. Can we beat that? Colby Allard. We've been pulling some good stuff numbered to 25. So Colby Allard for the Braves. How about that Pete Alonso numbered to 25 we just hit? You'll take 3 spots in WWE. There you go. Now we're at 8. Do you care what numbers, or just randomly put you in there? Also trying a little experiment, and I got to push that a little bit too. I put together a 6-box. I went with Jess's suggestion and called it the 6-box Geek Mix. It's got Walking Dead, it's got Star Wars, it's got Stranger Things, 2, 8, and whatever else. Let me just make sure 2 and 8 are available. 8 is not available. 8 is already taken. So 8 is not still on the board. So I got you down for 2. And I'll see. Pick me 2 numbers. That way, if one of them isn't there anymore, then that's the one I'll substitute. Two random? You got it. I will give you, let's see, you got 2. So we'll give you 12. And Sweet 16. There you go. So now we have 8 spots filled for the WWE 3-box break. Again, my last Undisputed box from 2018 is included in that break. And a couple more packs to open here. So what is it anyway? 2018 Undisputed, 2018 WWE. Oh, I'm sorry, that's 2017 WWE. Typo there. So 2017 WWE and 2017 Then, Now, and Forever. So we're going back a couple of years for some of those. Cedric Mullins on the 84. And Thor with a refractor. Michael Kopesh. Trevor Bauer, who is out of Cleveland. Who would have thunk it? Kyle Wright with a refractor. Very busy trade deadlines this year in baseball, and basketball was pretty busy too, right? Josh Rogers, Rainbow. Fernando Tatis Jr. H to the Izzo, Anthony Rizzo on an 84. J.P. Crawford with a refractor. Ramon Laureano. Gleyber Torres. Rowdy Tellez. Luis Urias. Yeah, man, Astros are scary. Chris Sale. Vegas pretty much put him at the top of the list for favorites. David Fletcher for the Angels. And the injured Robinson Cano. I think Robinson Cano being injured is actually a good thing for the Mets, though. So we had a color David Fletcher pop up earlier, and now we have the base. So Topps twinning. Nothing new here. Multiple cards of the same person. I think 2017 we had 3 Ross Striplings come out of a case. I think it was jumbos. Guess that's a little bit more acceptable, but not really. I don't know. We had a base and a refractor come out in the jumbo case. I think they double printed the Fletchers. So I think this is box number 6 now. So we're nearing the halfway point. Again, the big thing that we're looking to fill here, three cases and a half. Our 5th year anniversary break. We are just one team away from standby. Oh, here's our case hit. So we got Justice Sheffield there. And numbered 6 out of 99 for the Orioles. Jonathan Scope. Again, and Sheffield is a refractor. That's nifty. So Jonathan Scope. Red Sox are very weak in Chrome. So Red Sox do not have a lot. But that's why we throw in really cool skunk breaks. Or skunk bonuses in our breaks. That way every team has a shot at something. Brewers are a weaker team, and they ended up getting the skunk bonus in the jumbo case, which is equivalent of a $200 value. So They do have some, yes. I mean, if a team has no hits, it gets to the point where usually you'd want to combo it with something else. Does the case hit cover 30? It's Jonathan Scope. Had it been Manny Machado, you'd have been a little closer. Now, Jonathan Scope, what team does he play for now? Does he play for Milwaukee? Milwaukee, Kansas City? I don't remember. That's a cool card. Where's Jonathan Scope playing right now? Twins, that was it. I knew we were stuck somewhere in the Midwest. So the case hits are based off of where the player had their major league debut. Chris Sale we pulled the other day, and that was a White Sox swatch. So Francisco Lindor on an 84. Josh Bell. A little bit of a slump lately. Birdie is a refractor, but he's had a pretty good season. The power is back in full swing. That's not bad for the Pirates. It's not an auto, but 13 out of 99. Kevin Kramer. Better than nothing. Actually, it's not bad because then you still stay skunk bonus eligible with that, right? So we got Ronald Guzman, Juan Soto, Thor in a rainbow, Mike Trout, always either catching a ball at the wall or sliding into a base. And it's all about that base, about that base. Kyle Tucker rookie, Justice Sheffield, Cedric Mullins with a rainbow, Ryan Anderson, and we got here Steven Gonsalves, Twins, with the next hit. So, Twins auto. A lot of pitchers. Anyone else feel that way? Just more pitchers than usual? Or is that just me? And a couple other people I talked to about it at the National. So we're halfway there. Oh, wait. I still have half this box to open up. Hold on. Hold that thought. We're almost halfway there. That's what happens when you spend a week extremely busy. Still got half this box. What did we ignore here? I don't know, Craig. Did you miss this one before? I don't know. I didn't really get a chance to look at Stadium Club yet. Still looking to push some of these other breaks out. Again, with the way that things have been with Facebook, people not being able to see all the posts properly and all that, I'm trying not to clutter things up too much. Although I am finding that something that was new and working for a while seems to now not be as effective. What do you all think about the wave posts? They were doing good for a while because they were getting comments, and comments equals visibility. But I feel like over the last couple months, that style of posts, as far as the Facebook metrics go, really hasn't been any more effective. And if it's not something that's going to be seen easily, then it just kind of looks cluttered. So what do you guys think that are regularly looking at what's filling and what breaks are going off? I'm thinking still doing those posts like maybe once a week, but having the original post kind of sitting by itself like they used to. And always looking for feedback from you guys, because again, I can see my own stuff most of the time, but I mean, even on my wife is left as an admin in case anything needed to be done, and I wasn't able to use my phone for some reason. And she can't even see the posts sometimes, and she's an admin on the page. Meanwhile, other people never seem to have problems, and that's about like 10%. So for the other 90%, I don't know. I want to try to make things as easy for everybody to view as possible. Carlos Santana with a refractor. Miles Mikolas. Colby Allard. Steven Duggar with a refractor. Corey Seager with a rainbow. And again, already one huge hit. Pete Alonso, orange wave. Can we beat that? Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Brandon Lowe, Jake Bowers, Lindor, Eloy Jimenez, again, one of 4 rookies that seem to have a little quality control issue on Topps' part. Have I tried selling teams on eBay? I have not. And main reason being on that is eBay breaks are risky unless you're just doing a straight case of whatever the latest product is. Dennis Santana again for the Dodgers, Blue Wave refractor parallel. So that is numbered out of 150. And I have had issues in the past with eBay as far as people having scammed me before and eBay not doing anything about it. So I guess that's a principle type thing too. I did everything right and they don't back you up. And it's to the tune of $2,500. then you get kind of done. And that wasn't even with cards. That was with movies. Got burned a few times. Let's see some Yanks. I like to see something just as good as the last break come out for them. We had an orange wave refractor for the other New York team in the jumbo case, and we had Jonathan Loaziga come out. Oh, that's not bad. It's not a hit, but it's not bad. We'll take that. Again, usually a good return as far as color in hobby cases, and we've seen a good bit of it on both autographs and base cards in here. It's a good thing we have a lot of boxes left because we want to see a lot of different things. An Eloy Jimenez wouldn't be too bad either. Just saying, no. Superfractor. Not too much to hope for, right? That's why we do this. I want to see a Baker Mayfield true RPA come out of the 5th anniversary football break. That team's still available if anyone's looking to take a shot. Six teams away from scheduling this 5th anniversary football break. Let's see if we can't get this to stand by tonight. Do we have one person who's on the fence about grabbing a team in this break? What can I tell? Oh, there we go. Kikuchi on a refractor. What can I tell you about this break that can put it over the edge and we get this going? Ravens 350, Broncos 285, Lions 195, Dolphins 225, Chargers are 150, Seahawks are 150, Buccaneers are 140, Panthers 165, Browns 750, Texans 150, Jags 120, Patriots 425, Titans 135. One team away from putting that on standby and getting the wheels in motion. I think once we do that, once we get to that point, I think we'll be in good shape, and we can get that run this week. Another Alonso rookie. Alonso's aplenty. And there's a Rizzo refractor sighting. Taylor Ward. Ronald Acuna Jr. Miles Mikolas. And Kyle Wright. Yeah, that's not bad. Fernando Tatis Jr. Purple 26. out of 299 for the Padres. 26 out of 299 for the Padres. And Angels with another hit, and it's Griffin Canning, who just went on the injured list after having his best start in a while. He had a couple, like three starts with some rough outings. But overall, he's been pretty solid this year. And looks to be promising for an Angels rotation that, obviously needs it. All right, Craig. That's a cool card. All right. Some more colorfulness coming up. Again, we are busting a case of Topps Chrome hobby boxes. We do have more available in stock for personal breaks. And looking for some big hits. We've already pulled a Pete Alonso orange wave refractor. And I think we'll get one more big name player coming out of here. All right, we got some more color on the autograph side. Here we go. All about that base, Sheffield, Billy Hamilton, Brandon Lowe, Rafael Devers having a good year, David Shake Your Booty, Jake Bowers, Gregory Polanco, Byron Buxton. That's a rainbow. Bueller. Got Yusei Kikuchi on an 84. Give that little one some love. 84s are cool. Verlander refractor. Scott Kingery. Yes, a refractor. Mullins. Shohei Ohtani, green parallel, numbered 82 out of 99. Taiwan Walker. Let's double check the refractor is there. Eloy Jimenez, rookie. And Astros, Josh James, numbered 94 out of 150. So Josh James, excuse me, blue refractor, numbered to 150. All right, so this is box number 8. Box number 8 for Topps Chrome. 12 box case, so 9, 10, 11, and 12 to follow. A lot of wrappers. So, I spent a lot of time the last few days in the car. What do you guys think the biggest baseball story is right now? How about the Mets winning 11 out of 12? Anything bigger than that right now? People were left scratching their heads. Why did the Mets make a move that was addition, giving up 2 pitching prospects, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, Anthony Kay and Simeon Woods Richardson for Marcus Stroman. Why would you do that? If you're under 500 and have very little hopes for the wild card, well, maybe you just needed to start winning. And we talked a little bit about how the Mets look a few weeks ago. And I did bring up this point. The Mets have been awful at home. And they've been playing a lot of home games the first half of the season, which meant they're due to go on the road the second half. And traditionally, that gave them a better chance. All right. Also, hey, you got a lot of division games. And that's always been a determining factor, as we got a gold wave here of Corey Seager, 21 out of 50. It's always been a determining factor in how the Mets end up doing, is how they play divisional opponents. If they can run a bunch of games against, especially like the Marlins, all right, and the Nationals and the Phillies games are important. The Marlins most year are a thorn in their side. Marlins, even when they're awful, usually getting the best of the Mets. So, Dansby Swanson. But they're on the move. They could be this year's team that just takes off from the break and finds themselves in the playoffs. And in the past, even when the Mets made it to the World Series, I really didn't think they were even going to get that far because they just didn't have the hitting. They've always had the pitching, going back a decade at the very least. They have a very nice core. Hopefully it doesn't get disrupted too badly, and we can sign, extensions on some essentials. Like keep Syndergaard happy for a very long time. But they've got some hitting now. They've got some power hitting. And some guy, they got a guy like McNeil who can get on base. There's some hope out there. some honest to goodness hope. And I felt like you can't write them off just yet because the cards are stacked in their favor at the moment. We got Acuna Jr. with a refractor. We'll give that a little 1/7 off. And I would not count them out at the moment. They are going to cause trouble amongst the wild card standings. Jacob Nix for the Padres. The next autograph. So right now, I feel like the Mets are the biggest biggest thing to watch right now. So what other stories we got floating around out there that are ones to keep an eye out on? And just trying to see if we got any movement on anything else at the moment. So what do we got over here? Looks like Greinke had a rough first start, but he still got the W. And we got some guys who are looking at some time on the injured list as a possibility. Gleyber Torres got pulled again for the second time. Recently, and he's going to New York for testing. John Lester fighting off some injury issues. I think he's trying to play through them. Dodgers, Alex Verdugo has an injury. Tim Beckham of the Mariners suspended 80 games for PED use. Just kind of trying to catch up on some of the news here. So it looks like Verdugo and Gleyber Torres having similar issues. Seems like those core injuries are becoming more and more prevalent in today's game. Yankees playing really well despite injuries and guys getting called up from AAA. Well, I mean, not everybody they've had in AAA has belonged there. And this wasn't room. Look at Clint Frazier. Guy was batting what, like close to 290, and he got sent down. Of course, you're going to want Aaron Judge in over Clint Frazier, but still. Mets have had that same issue too. Guys not playing who kind of deserve to. You're seeing a little bit more, especially with Cano injured. That gives the opportunity for some of these guys to get some playing time, including J.D. Davis, Dominic Smith. Those are guys I want to see more of. Are they worth keeping? Are they good trade bait? We shall see. So we got Yusei Kikuchi. way over there. Gotcha. Got Rizzo on an 84. Nimmo refractor. Cheater and Judge. Loaziga. I don't know. Why would you have Jeter and Judge on the same card? They're both such different players. You know what I'm saying? Billy Hamilton. Whit Merrifield. A Dames with a refractor. Bowers. Laureano. Kristen Stewart, rookie on a refractor. Allard, Otani, Smoke. Nicholas Castellanos, numbered 36 out of 75 with the Blue Wave for Los Tigres. And Duel Lugo for the Tigers as well. Bringing home an auto. Box number 9. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Still to go. So we got our 5th anniversary football break. We've got WWE at 8 spots. 18 needed to break that. Ginter Palooza is up and filling. Bats Hit Crazy is up and filling. Our 6-box Geek Mix. Is there anything we haven't covered yet? I think we got it all. I've had some questions about fantasy football. I like to draft teams later rather than sooner. And big just getting back from the National, it's probably something that I'll start getting the wheels set in motion for by the end of the week, which is going to be a busy weekend with softball. Ellie's got a Saturday night game that got added onto their schedule. And then Sunday morning, she's got that home run derby competition through the Phillies. So that's already going to be a little busy. And on top of that, we'll be preparing for the East Coast National in White Plains, New York. And, you know, if it's something where you weren't able to go to the National in Chicago, but you're not too far away. There's a nice Jeff McNeil refractor. If you're not too far away, but you are somewhat far away, this is one that might be worth traveling to. And we'll pull that info up. This is the signer list. All right. Thursday, actually, they have Conforto, McNeil, and Syndergaard at the Plainview Holiday Inn. It is an autograph signing only. And that's prior to the East Coast. And then the autograph guests for the actual East Coast National, they just added a whole bunch of guys. A whole bunch of guys. Oh, why are you doing opening packs? I still got all these to show off. They added Domingo Germán, Edwin Encarnacion, Carly Lloyd, Gio Urshela, who had a home run the other night while we were leaving Chicago. There's Bellinger on a rainbow. RJ Barrett and Carlos Beltran. This is just what they added. Saturday's guests include William Shatner. There's Victor Robles, 107 out of 299. All right. Edgar Martinez. Chuck Knobloch. Steve Carlton. Corey Snyder. He's actually going to be the free autograph. Believe it or not. Wally Joyner is also a free autograph. Shoot, I need to get me in that line. My table's empty, you'll know why. Bobby Shantz is also a free autograph. '69 Mets, Ron Swoboda, Wayne Garrett. '86 team, Bobby Ojeda, Doc Gooden. Walt Frazier, Earl Monroe. Emmett Smith, Deion Sanders, and Michael Irvin. Joe Montana, Mercury Morris. Then you've got the Giants Super Ticket, or you can get them individually. Lawrence Taylor, Mark Pavaro, Jim Burt, Lionel Manuel, Leonard Marshall, Bart Oates, George Martin, Joe Morris, Elvis Patterson, Raul Alegre, William Roberts, Rodney Hampton, Stephen Baker, Mark Collins, Jeff Hostetler, Carl Banks, Otis Anderson, Gary Reasons, Everson Walls, Pepper Johnson, Terry Kennard, Eric Dorsey, Perry Williams, Jeff Rutledge, Matt Barr, Billy Ard. All right, I'm going to stop there for now until I got to open some more packs. So the East Coast National is not this weekend, but next weekend after that. All right, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So August 15th, 16th, 17th in White Plains, New York. This is the type of show, if you weren't able to make it to Chicago and you're within even 5 or 6 hours driving distance, this is still a show worth making it to. Because there's going to be guys there, a lot of them, that were at Chicago. Max Kepler. Matt Chapman. Shane Green. All right. I'm not even done with the list. I got a good way through it, but there's more. Manny Margot Rainbow. Otani Future Star. Kyle Wright and Chance Adams for the Yankees. So Yankees got a hit. Chance Adams. Now, if that sounds like a big enough show, but wait, there's more. Rocket Ismail. All right. Larry Holmes. Again, R.J. Barrett, the number 3 draft pick for the New York Knicks. That's a nice one. We talked about Carly Lloyd, so 2-time Olympic gold medalist, women's soccer player, Ron Blomberg, Carlos Beltran, Luke Voigt, CC Sabathia, Didi Gregorius, Gio Urshela, Domingo German, Edwin Encarnacion, Gary U.S. Bonds, Gianni Russo of The Godfather. Now, that's Saturday. Sunday, Jim Perry, John Castino, Jeff Bagwell. Part of me wants to get that taken care of, but I'm a big Bagwell fan. Rafael Palmeiro, Fred McGriff, Bobby Richardson. Gary Sheffield, Jason and Jeremy Giambi. That's an interesting one. Jim Kelly will be there. Vinny Testaverde, Bernie Parent, Chris Everett, or Chris Everett Lloyd. That's actually one I'd be interested. I was a big tennis fan growing up. Played tennis in high school. All right. So those are the updates as of August 2nd. Is Chance Adams the new Henry Owens? Maybe. Ooh. That's low numbered. And it doesn't disqualify somebody from a skunk bonus either because it's not a hit. That's an interesting one right there. So not a hit, but something low numbered coming up shortly. And then there's another autograph in here as well. Nope, didn't miss anything. We got Juan Soto, Carlos Santana, David Fletcher, Carson Kelly. Didn't miss anything at all. We just had a guest appearance. There we go. George Springer refractor. Kyle Seager by a famous movie star. 4 out of 5. That's all you missed. The Rock was here, and he busted some packs with us. And then he had to leave because he had a flight to catch. So 4 out of 5. Red Wave. Riding the wave. Kyle Seager. Not quite a superfractor, but that's pretty darn close. Mitch Haniger, Rainbow. Allard on an 84. Dean Dietz. Freddie Peralta. Chris Shaw. And Isaac Galloway for the Marlins. Isaac Galloway for the Marlins. Three-quarters of the way there. Box number 10. Box number 10. Oh, I am going to get a good night's sleep tonight, that's for sure. I am freaking exhausted. And like last night, I got to hold steady and make it till about 2. I think we can do that. I wouldn't blame Miami for wanting to move somewhere. They just don't fill out the stadium. Derek Jeter hasn't really done anything to change that either. Ah, I think somebody's going to be happy with this one. Again, not a huge hit, but I think that is going to be something to get excited about. Let's see who the autograph is going to be of. Okay. Would Charlotte support a major league team, you think? You think that would be a good place if a team like the Marlins were to move? Is Charlotte you think, maybe not the best option, but one of the better ones? Or do you think it would end up being same situation where it's just going to be hard for them to get anybody to watch them? Another Vlad Jr. rookie. Part of the issue that they have is anytime they have a good team, they just sell it right off. Championships can equal lots more money than just bailing out. So we got a negative of Chris Sale. for the Red Sox. That's not a bad card right there. Not a hit, but a scarcer parallel. So negative of Chris Sale. Gurriel Jr. on a rainbow. Bowers 84. Kiermaier with a refractor. Bowers, freshman flash. Aaron Nola. Yeah, well, minor league's a different story. Minor league teams come with minor league prices. Major league teams, and there's Austin Dean with a refractor auto, 474 out of 499. You know, it's different paying $8 to $12 for a ticket and filling 7,000 seats out, as opposed to a major league stadium with major league beer prices. I think as much as I hate to say it, Joshua, it would not be good for a team like the Marlins to go down to that area. Because it would get a little crowded after a while. I mean, what do you got? You got the Nationals not too far away from there. But you never know. There's always that talk about bringing the Expos back for even part of season. That just seems a little weird, but okay. Marlins moving, though, I could see happen. It's just been a lot of years. And a lot of not putting asses in the seats. Yeah, well, Atlanta's the one that obviously runs that area. Nationals aren't too much farther away, right? This could be hard to get people filling up a stadium if they got to drive 4 hours. You ended up a Phillies fan. What the heck landed it on your head? Phillies. Thought only people from Pennsylvania watch the Phillies. And from South Jersey. Excuse me. Kepler with a refractor. Colin Moran, rainbow. Vato. Bellinger with the refractor. Gary L. Reese McGuire. Give this a little 1 cent love. Otani with a refractor. Cionel Perez. And Thomas Pannone of the Blue Jays. We haven't seen them for a little while. All right, home stretch here. Last 2 boxes. Last 2. I need a new trash bag. I remember Kevin Stocker. Oh, he didn't quite pan out, but he wasn't bad either. Trash. Again, TriStar Signature Series. I'd like to get rolling. If you haven't seen what's in that, I got a picture right here of what you can expect to have a shot at pulling in that. Now, a lot of those things may have already been pulled. We don't know. We know of a couple of them that have been pulled. The Babe and the Koufax are gone. But as you can see, there's plenty of other good things on the list there besides that. And those guitars look pretty cool. Got some musical items. Those are always fun. WWE excuse me, Championship belt. Signed by, I believe, Hulk Hogan, if I remember correctly. I can't really see on that screen who it is. $159. $159. There's 8 envelopes. We got 2 of them filled. Excuse me. So getting to the end here, which I think is a good thing for me because I am already beat. Oh, that's not bad. All right. Not bad at all. It's not Alonzo to 25, but we got a decent name coming up here. So let's see who that name is. There's Syndergaard, Acuna, Albies with a refractor, Reese McGuire, Yusei Kikuchi with a rainbow. That's pretty cool. Decent name rookie with a nice looking parallel. Otani. Rowdy Tellez. Xander Bogaerts. Rizzo with a rainbow. Pete Alonso with yet another rookie. He's had quite a few. Including a refractor. Acuna. Brandon Belt, who got designated for assignment. Oh, no, not Belt. Joe Panic got designated for assignment before I start costing somebody their job, right? Yusei Kikuchi. Yusei Kikuchi. Next on the hit list for the Mariners. Excuse me. Got a box and a half to go here. And let's see what we got here. That's a cool parallel. All right. So again, looking to pull up the finishing touches on this chrome break. A couple decent cards coming up here. Looking for an auto. Kikuchi's not bad. And we made it back to New Jersey today. Long trip back from Chi-Town. Ended up having to stay in Lancaster right around this time last night. Ooh. What is this? This card is just in there backwards. Alright, we got a golden opportunity for somebody to get a decent autograph here. And let's see who's that going to be. Giancarlo Stanton. Telez. Glaber. Brandon Lowe. Eloy Jimenez. Get that a little 1 cent left. Looks like I'll have a few of those for sale. Josh Donaldson with a refractor. Verlander. Luis Urias. Adubel Herrera. Kyle Wright with a negative. For the Braves. So again, a huge hit with Pete Alonso, numbered to 25 on an orange wave earlier. Joey Gallo, Matt Chapman. And look at that. Gold wave, numbered to 50. 17 out of 50. Ty Buttrey for the Angels. So, well, not the biggest name out there, but it's golden. And if he does become a bigger name, all the more power there. So Ty Buttrey, Angels, going to be the next hit. One more box. Last box. Last train to Clarksville. Did you see the Chris Sale card? This is the only one I'm not sure you missed. I think you did. So in that case, you didn't miss any Red Sox. Ty Buttrey, numbered to 50, and Yusei Kikuchi, base, were the last two autographs. Last box. If anybody has any personal requests, gonna need to hold them off until tomorrow. I'm still recovering from the trip, and I don't think I'm gonna make it much more after this. Excuse me. So again, we are wrapping up Topps Chrome Hobby Case Break. A beautiful orange wave refractor, Pete Alonso, among the hits in this one. Excuse me. So 2 autographs left to go. If you haven't gotten a hit yet, it means you got a shot at the Marc-Down re-break spot. But maybe there's a couple hits in here. There's one. Here's the first half of the final box. Got Kyle Tucker, Colby Allard, Dakota Hudson with a regular refractor, Williams and Betts, Loaziga, Heath Philmeyer, Eloy Jimenez, Mookie Betts, Brandon Lowe, Tuki Toussaint, Chance Adams, Bowers, we got Jose Urania refractor, Kevin Kiermaier for the Rays, Willie Adames, Kikuchi again on a regular short print, and Kristen Stewart for Detroit. Alright, last half of the last box. We got anything special hiding in there? One more autograph, if I'm not mistaken, up for grabs here. He'll do. Yeah, just some guy. We'll make it work. So just finishing up these last few packs. We'll roll out with what we got. If anyone's looking to get into any other breaks right now, we got a few filling. Alright. So this is the grand finale here. Getting a case of Topps Chrome. Alright, here we go. One more pack to open. And here it is. Tatis right off the bat there. We also got Acuna Jr. on an 84. So, moving right along. Cozart. Ryan O'Hearn. Christian Yelich with a refractor. Luis Urias. Trevor Richards. Orlando Arcia. Gurriel. Eugenio Suarez with a refractor. Franmil Reyes. Freshman Flash, Kyle Tucker. Matt Duffy, numbered 67 out of 99. So Matt Duffy, numbered to 99. Michael Givens. And Ramon Laureano, the last card of note. With anything on there. All right. That is a wrap for this Topps Chrome break. Let's do a quick recap of all the hits. And if anybody has any requests for personals, tomorrow will be the day. We can run them in the afternoon if you want. And here we go. So we got Kristen Stewart, Tigers, Angels, Ty Buttrey, Yusei Kikuchi, Thomas Pannone for the Blue Jays. Did I miss an auto? The Woodson auto? Oh, Wisdom. Oh. That ended up in the other pile. Where the heck did that go? There's a refractor. There it is. Stuck to the back. Cardinals, Patrick Wisdom, 36 out of 250. Thank you. Again, any requests for any personals right now? I can do them in the afternoon or in the evening tomorrow. I know we did have a couple questions about Chrome and Certified. That's Austin Dean for the Marlins to $4.99, and Isaac Galloway also for the Marlins base. Chance Adams for the Yankees. Dewell Lugo for the Tigers. Jacob Nix for the Padres. Josh James, number to 150 for the Astros. Griffin Canning, Angels. Dennis Santana, regular and blue rave. Adam Simber, Indians. Steven Gonsalves, Twins. David Fletcher, Angels. Colby Allard, Braves. Luis Urias to $4.99 for the Padres. Adolis Garcia, Cardinals. Another David Fletcher, number to 250 for the Angels. Sean Reed Foley, Blue Jays. And Cionel Perez, Astros. We got Jonathan Scope was the case hit. We'll get a couple honorable mentions here. Kyle Wright and Chris Sale. Yusei Kikuchi on a rainbow. Kyle Seager, number to 5. Corey Seager, number to 50. Fernando Tatis, number to 250. Kevin Kramer to 99. Tatis on a rainbow. Chapman to 50. And then this one right here. Pete Alonso, numbered to 25. So should be able to get the skunk bonus up for tomorrow. And that is a wrap. Does anybody have anything for me at this time? Because I'm still shot from traveling. And I'm going to bed. Again, last call. Anything on any of the breaks that we have up right now? Otherwise, tomorrow we're going to have some new posts up. And hopefully we can get this TriStar going. Wrestling's got a little momentum behind it. And that's pretty much it. So have a good night, and we'll see you all tomorrow.